Hello everyone and welcome to How-FixIT. If your Lenovo ThinkCentre M93p does not power on, has no display, fails to boot, or has a damaged motherboard, the system board may need to be replaced. In this video, I'll show you how to completely disassemble the computer, remove and replace the motherboard, and reassemble everything step by step. For this repair, you'll need a Phillips No. 1 screwdriver, plastic pry tools, tweezers, and fresh thermal paste to restore the thermal interface on the processor. I've included links to the tools and parts in the video description below. Before you start, make sure the computer is disconnected from the power adapter. Disassembly begins with removing the top cover of the case. Unscrew the screw located near the DisplayPort connector. After removing the screw, slide the top cover to the side and lift it off the case. Now disconnect the fan cable from the motherboard. First, disconnect the SATA cable from the hard drive. This will give you better access to the fan connector. Remove the 3 screws securing the fan, then lift the fan out of the case. Remove the 4 screws securing the heatsink to the motherboard. Once the screws are removed, carefully lift the heatsink and disconnect the speaker cable from the motherboard. Now we can remove the old thermal paste from the heatsink and processor. If the thermal paste is very dry, use isopropyl alcohol and cotton swabs to clean off the old thermal interface material. To remove the processor, press the socket retention lever down and move it slightly to the side to release it from the hook. Lift the lever, then open the metal load plate. Carefully lift the processor straight out by its edges. Do not touch the contact pads on the processor or the pins inside the socket. Remove the 2 screws securing the hard drive bracket. Slide the hard drive bracket to the side to release it from the slots, then remove it from the case. To remove a memory module, press the retaining clips on both sides using your fingers or a spudger tool. Remove the 2 screws located next to the DisplayPort connector. Disconnect the DisplayPort, SATA cable, and power button cable. Remove the 5 screws securing the motherboard to the case. Now you can lift the motherboard out of the case. The motherboard may need to be replaced if the computer has no power, does not pass post, has severe corrosion, damaged connectors, burned components, a failed power circuit, or damaged CPU socket pins. Before replacing the motherboard, make sure the power adapter, RAM, processor, storage drive, monitor, and cables have all been tested and ruled out. I've included a link in the video description where you can find a replacement motherboard for the Lenovo ThinkCentre M93p. Install the motherboard into the case and secure it with the 5 screws, then reconnect the previously disconnected cables. Place the hard drive bracket back into the case and secure it with the 2 screws. Now, reinstall the processor. Hold the processor by its edges and align the 2 notches on the sides of the CPU with the matching tabs in the socket. Gently lower the processor straight into place without sliding or forcing it. Close the metal load plate, then press the retention lever down and secure it under the hook. Now, apply fresh thermal paste to the processor. If you're still unsure which thermal paste to choose for your device, I recommend watching my separate video where I test the most popular thermal pastes on different devices and determine the best option for computers, graphics cards, and laptops. I've included a link to that video in the description below. If your thermal paste comes with an applicator, screw the applicator onto the syringe. Then apply the paste to the top metal surface of the CPU. The layer should be as thin as possible while still covering the entire surface. If your thermal paste doesn't come with an applicator, place a small amount of paste onto the CPU, then use a plastic tool to spread it evenly across the entire surface. In my opinion, manually spreading the thermal paste is one of the most reliable methods because it ensures full coverage before installing the heatsink. This helps eliminate dry spots around the corners and edges, which is especially important for proper heat transfer. Reconnect the speaker cable to the motherboard. Place the heatsink back onto the processor and tighten the 4 screws evenly. Install the fan, secure it with the screws, and reconnect the fan cable to the motherboard. Place the top cover back onto the case, slide it into position, and secure it with the screw. If you found this guide helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech tips and guides. Visit our website for more tech insights and do-it-yourself guides. Remember, every tech challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. Thanks for watching How-FixIT, and see you in the next video.